Hey, Bachelor Nation, welcome back to the channel. The same after Leela's explosive revelation. Cindy had been quietly preparing for the Golden Bachelor premiere. What the cameras didn't see was her private conversation with Leela the night before the filming began. "Mom," Leela had whispered, pacing the living room of their Beverly Hills condo. "I need to know everything about Mel. Every detail, his past relationships, his family, everything." Cindy hesitated, the weight of decades of trust and pain pressing on her chest. "Leela, he's been nothing but kind to me. I don't want to think badly of him before I even get to know him." "But Mom," Leela insisted, "I've had a feeling something isn't right, and if it's real, you deserve to know before anyone else tries to manipulate you." Cindy sighed. There had always been a lingering mystery about Mel's past. He had been charming, attentive, and perfect on the surface, but some details never quite added up, and now Leela's intuition had reached a breaking point. The scandal didn't just affect Cindy and Nell. It rippled through the entire mansion. Other contestants began sharing what they had noticed over the weeks. Secret phone calls, hushed whispers, late-night meetings. One contestant, a flamboyant retired actor named Douglas, approached Leela with a conspiratorial grin. "You know, I always thought Mel was too smooth," he confessed. "There were nights when he disappeared, claiming he was reflecting or writing poetry." "Ha! Now I know he was probably texting Vanessa." Another contestant, shy and artistic, revealed that Mel had subtly tried to manipulate rival contestants to gain sympathy from Cindy, painting himself as the misunderstood romantic. By the time Leela's bombshell aired live, the mansion was already abuzz with suspicion, speculation, and tension. Mel wasn't just caught off guard. He was surrounded, exposed, and vulnerable. After the live reveal, Cindy demanded a private conversation with Mel. They met in a secluded garden, the twinkling fairy lights above casting long shadows across their faces. "Mel," Cindy started, her voice trembling, "I trusted you. I opened my heart. And now I find out about Vanessa, about everything you've been hiding." Mel looked down, ashamed. "Cindy, I never meant to hurt you. I thought I could, balance it all, but I see now that I failed." "Failed?" Cindy's eyes narrowed. "You manipulated me. And for what?" "Attention drama. You played with my feelings, and my daughter saw it before I did. I faltered. I made a mistake. A terrible mistake." Cindy shook her head. "Mistakes are forgivable. Lies are not. I don't know if I can ever trust you again." At that moment, Leela emerged from the shadows. "Mom, I've got your back. He can't hurt you anymore." Mel's shoulders slumped. Realizing he had underestimated the bond between mother and daughter, the reunion episode became a media frenzy. Headlines read, "Daughter saves mom on the Golden Bachelor." Mel exposed a secret that shocked millions. Leela, heroine of reality TV. Leela was praised not just for exposing the truth, but also for her bravery, her loyalty, and her unwavering moral compass. Even celebrities tweeted in her support, calling her the voice of reason in a chaotic world. Cindy, though initially heartbroken, began to heal. She realized that her daughter's courage had given her the gift of truth and clarity. "Sometimes the ones you love most," she said in an interview, "are the ones who protect you, even when it's painful." Mel's reputation plummeted. Sponsors pulled deals. Contestants refused to work with him, and social media erupted in criticism. Vanessa surprisingly issued a statement that painted her as a victim of manipulation, which further destroyed Mel's public image. The mansion, once a symbol of glamour and romance, became a battlefield of whispers, rumors, and alliances. Every contestant now questioned who they could trust, and every viewer was glued to the drama, unable to look away. Even producers admitted it. This is reality TV at its most intense. A true story of deception, courage, and the power of family. Months later, Cindy and Leela sat in a quiet cafe, reflecting on the whirlwind that had consumed their lives. "Leela, you're stronger than you think," she said, smiling. "We got through this together." Cindy reached across the table, holding her daughter's hand tightly. "I couldn't have done it without you, Leela. You saved me in more ways than one." As they sipped their coffee, a sense of calm settled over them. The storm had passed, leaving clarity, strength, and an unbreakable bond. And somewhere in the distance, the cameras of the Golden Bachelor capture a lesson for all. Honesty and family always triumph over lies and deception. Blank final bombshell. Leela's courage didn't just expose Mel. It reshaped the narrative of the show itself. Viewers were reminded that sometimes the biggest hero isn't a bachelor or the glamorous contestant, but the daughter willing to risk everything to protect the show. Cindy had been cautiously falling for Mel. He was charming, attentive, and always knew the right thing to say. But even then, small details gnawed at her. Late nights alone, Cindy would find herself scrolling through old photos of Mel and his friends, noticing subtle patterns. Calls he took in private, vague mentions of past relationships, small things she pushed aside, telling herself it was just nerves or excitement. Meanwhile, Leela had been watching silently, suspicious from the beginning. She remembered the first dinner, when Mel had complimented Cindy on her mature wisdom, yet she had avoided talking about his past. That comment, Leela realized, wasn't flattering. It was a deflection. I knew something wasn't right. Leela later confessed in a diary-style interview. I just didn't know how deep it went. The story of Mel and Vanessa was more tangled than anyone realized. Years ago, Vanessa had been a close friend of Cindy's, almost a sister in confidence. Mel had met her at a charity gala, charmed her, and over time developed a connection that went way beyond friendship. When Cindy met Mel, Vanessa had tried to warn her discreetly, but Mel had brushed it off, claiming it was nothing, just past history. Leela, ever the investigator, found inconsistencies in the timelines, odd messages, and fleeting Instagram interactions. The night before the bombshell, Leela had confronted Vanessa privately. "Vanessa, I need the truth," Leela demanded. "What is going on with Mel?" Vanessa hesitated, a shadow passing over her elegant features. "He's complicated," she admitted. "He told me he wanted Cindy, but he couldn't let go of the past. He's tangled himself in lies to have both worlds. I don't want to interfere, but maybe it's time someone stopped him." That conversation had given Leela the final push she needed to expose Mel. The mansion itself became a character in the drama. Hidden corners, secret staircases, and shadowed hallways allowed whispered conversations and clandestine meetings. Contestants began noticing Mel slipping away to mysterious phone calls. Douglas, the retired actor, began a playful investigation. "I'm no detective," he joked in confessional interviews, "but I saw him texting Vanessa at 2 a.m. and acting innocent by morning. Something stinks worse than expired champagne in this mansion." Other contestants quietly collected evidence, screenshots, recordings, and notes. Leela pieced everything together, methodically preparing the bombshell that would shock the entire world. The confrontation with Mel wasn't just public. It tore through Cindy's personal life. Friends called, confused by headlines. Family members expressed concern, while strangers posted online judgments. Cindy wrestled with shame, heartbreak, and anger. Yet through it all, Leela remained a pillar of strength. She coached her mother, reviewed messages, and reminded her, "Mom, this isn't your fault. You deserve honesty." Their bond deepened in ways that even the cameras couldn't capture. Late at night, Cindy would confide, "I don't know if I can forgive him, but I am proud of you." And Leela would simply reply, "You don't have to forgive him. You just have to be free of the lies." After the bombshell aired, the world reacted in real time. Social media exploded with hashtags, #MelExposed, #Leela Save Cindy, #Golden Bachelor Drama, #TruthWins. Vanessa's statement, carefully crafted and emotional, added fuel to the fire. She said, "I never wanted to hurt Cindy, but Mel made choices that left deception in his wake. It's time the truth came out." The show's ratings skyrocketed. Producers admitted it. "We've never seen anything like this. The drama is real. The heartbreak is real. And the courage, that's undeniable." The reunion episode became the highlight of the season. Every contestant had their say, but Leela was the center of attention. She recounted her investigation, her discoveries, and her motives. She said, "Some people might think I overstepped, but my mother deserves honesty. She deserves love that isn't shadowed by lies, and I couldn't stay silent when I knew the truth." Applause erupted. Contestants hugged her. Cindy held back tears. Mel, on the other hand, sat slouched, defeated, and humiliated. It was a rare moment of reality TV where truth and moral courage were celebrated over scandal and drama.